Hey everybody, this is Nick with Rogue Overland, and today we're going to do a walk around of Grant's 2002 Nissan Xterra. Now we're out here at the Moore Expo in Springfield, Missouri. It's really cold, so I'm going to try not to shake my way right out of frame, and it's super bright out here, so bear with me. But if you like off-road and outdoor content like this, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button below, as it helps to get this video out to like-minded outdoor enthusiasts like yourself. All right, so here we are. We're going to do the walk around on this awesome Xterra. Bear with me a little bit because it's a little bright out here and it is freezing out here, so I'm going to do my best not to just shiver right off of the screen.
Yeah, feels like right at zero.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm from Vegas, people. I'm from the desert. It needs to be warmer than this. But Grant, let us know, kind of give us a little background on how you ended up with a Nissan Xterra.
Yep, so I actually had an 03 supercharged SE as my first car in high school. And so I sold it because I wanted to get better fuel mileage. And immediately once I did that, I think I went from that to a Scion TC, and I immediately regretted it. So after I graduated from college, picked up this 03 behind me here, and I've kind of been slowly building it.
Awesome. So. I love it. I love it. Yeah, we get asked often, what kind of gas mileage are you getting? And
it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Just don't calculate it. If you're going to build something like this, don't go for gas mileage. But that being said, we reached out because I saw you on Instagram, and I just really love the look of what you have going on here. So
yeah, thank you.
If you don't mind, just start with the main thing. I'm noticing that it's like a bed liner or something going on.
So we have a charcoal metallic Raptor liner on it, and I sprayed that myself. It was not super easy, especially when you have a whole bunch of heavier parts and you have to ask your wife for a whole bunch of favors lifting things up and off the rig. But it took us roughly about 60 hours to complete that. So it was a weekend and a little some after that. So we've...
Okay. So that was 60 hours start to finish with any parts that you took
Yes,
off
so, yep. And so actually the front bumper, and there's a couple other pieces that are black Raptor liner as well. So we kind of love this stuff. And
cool. I love it. I love the look. It's such a cool contrast between the kind of grayish color and the black. So. And
it's actually probably one of the most, I would say, most forgivable paint jobs you can actually do. So this is a 5-gallon pancake compressor that we shot, and it was my first time ever painting a vehicle. So
nice. Okay, I like that. So I noticed you talked a little bit about the armor being coated as well. So give us a rundown. What do we have going on for the
absolutely front bumper? Up here is an RLC Weldon Fab front bumper that paint and primered, and it's Raptor liner. You've got Shockworks sliders running to the back, and then a Shockworks rear tire carrier.
Nice.
On the rear.
I like the Shockworks stuff. Was running it on my Xterra before we went with the solid axle swap and kind of went crazy with it.
The rear bumper was the find of a lifetime. I actually stumbled across that on Craigslist. So unopened box. The person had actually wrecked their vehicle while it was still being made, and so they had ended up selling it, and I stumbled across it and picked it right up. So
nice. That is a heck of a find. Okay, cool. So I like that. And then what are you running? Because you have a winch and looks like some Factor 55 stuff on there.
So it's an XRC 9,500 pound winch with a aluminum Factor 55 fair lead on it, and then it's a Smitty built winch thing, bob.
Gotcha. The adapter on the front of the winch line.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I like the Factor 55 stuff. I've been running their fair leads for a while, and it's solid.
Yeah. So I bought that winch there. Got a deal on that, and it came with a steel cable, so I swapped that out for a synthetic. And as often as I use it, that's the route I chose to go.
Okay. Cool. I love it. And then talk about our lighting here. So it's kind of cool. I actually haven't seen a first gen Xterra before with the ditch lights.
Yep.
And I noticed you have some in your
so
in the front bumper
it's really not too bad. Yeah. So Amazon special on all of the lights up front. So fog lights are Amazon special. Aux beam on the ditch lights, and that's actually just the plastic there. It's mounted, and then we've got a large washer on the back side of it. And I really Wind speeds, nothing. Had tree branches go across it, and I haven't had any issues with them. So until I have an issue,
right to the plastic.
Right to the plastic.
Cover. Wow.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool.
So if you get a wide enough washer, it's really not that big of a deal.
Yep. And he's a mechanical engineer, people, so he can tell you it works. Okay, so sweet. So I like that.
Yep.
Cool. We've got the lighting going, and then I guess kind of outside before we get into the drivetrain and stuff, I see you're running a CVT awning.
Yeah, so that's the 79-inch CVT awning. I think it's what they call the Summit Edition, so it's got the LED built into it as well.
Oh, sweet.
So
yeah,
and I think we've got the awning walls for it. We haven't really used them that often. On a day like this, it would be something you would do to get out of the cold, but. Yeah, that's pretty much the story on that one. We've had a Mount Bachelor two-person tent on up before, but I really liked getting into the garage, so that
makes a little bit of a difference. Yeah, that makes a little bit of a difference. Okay. Now I know we chatted a little bit before off camera about the steering setup you have.
Yep.
So what do you have going on there?
So if you peruse the forums for the first-gen Xterras, you'll stumble across the Franken steering kit, and so it's a 2-inch body lift, roughly a 2-inch. Suspension lift on the shackles, and then the front torsion bar lift there. And so to make that work on the steering, you've got your idler arm brace on the front here from 4x4 parts, as well as the grassroots center link running end to end there.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah, managed to stumble upon one of those as well. He had one in stock. So
he's still making them then?
He goes back and forth.
Yeah.
So some videos that he's not making them anymore, I actually went to his website and it said in stock, and so I said, hey, take some of my money and.
Okay, so I'll vouch for that system. I ran, that's the system that I ran for the longest time.
Yep.
I had 32-inch by 11.5 tires, wheels on my, tires on my Xterra, and I ran that idler arm brace, grassroots, center link, and it's a fantastic setup. It can take a beating.
I was hoping I would be one of the lucky ones that wouldn't have to do the center link, but I took it off-road one time, and on my route back, it was driving like this, and so.
Okay. Yep. Now on that setup, on the tie rod ends, are you running a beefed up link?
Nope.
For
So
the
it's
tie rod
just
ends?
so the adjustment arm on it is the 4x4 parts.
It is the beefier
upgraded, but the ends on it are just Duralast. So
okay.
Yeah, we did all of those when we were doing that, but those are just Duralast.
Yeah. Okay, and that's what I was referring to. So yeah, the adjuster is a beefed
Yes,
up
yes,
one.
it's thicker. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, that's a bomb-proof setup right there. No steering system is bomb-proof to lack of intelligence and lots of skinny pedal, but that is about.
You could break it, but this one is less breakable.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Love that. And then I know you kind of skimmed through it, so if you don't mind, let's review back on the suspension. So it sounds like you got a 2-inch body lift?
2-inch body lift, so that's just pucks.
And then what's the suspension setup?
Yeah, and our suspension on it is just the torsion bar lift up front. So, and you've got the upper control arms, which adjust your caster and your camber back out to spec.
Yep.
Other than that,
control arms are you running?
4x4 parts as well. So that's and we're on Bilstein shocks, but didn't do the add-a leaf, just did the 2-inch shackle on the rear, and so that brought us. We're pretty level now.
Yeah. Okay, so you're getting so from the suspension, are you getting about are you getting the full 3 inches there?
So based on the way the rear end sets with all the extra weight on it, I would say it's closer to it, maybe a 2.5-inch to 2-inch.
Okay.
Because I haven't gone quite as high on the front as I possibly could have.
Gotcha.
So they say it's that 1/2-inch gap between the spacer and the we got somebody driving by us here. Between the bump stop spacer, I'm not quite there, but with the weight on the rear, I don't want to.
Yeah.
If I was to put any more weight on it, you start sitting like that. So, and that's not good for your alignment either.
Pre-runner status. Okay. All right. Man, I love it. And then what do you have going on inside?
So nothing super crazy on the inside. We've got a ram mount set up in there that we could show here in a minute.
Okay.
And just a head unit. So other than that, we've got a Wrangler gear net on the back. So I just use a little pack out storage system that I put back there.
Okay.
Storage drawers I think are in my future, but we haven't gone to that extent yet.
And then you said with the ram mount, how are you mounting to the dashboard? Did you bolt
through,
or
it's
did you...
just so they've got larger self-tapping screws that you can use that aluminum channel with, and it's got enough that I'm running like a 10-inch tablet in there
Oh, wow.
with very little issues. So I mean, it moves a little bit, but just about everything in the first gen Xterra dash shakes a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sweet, man. I love it. Yeah. I like it. It's such a clean first gen. It's got. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Wheels and tires. What do you have for wheels?
Yeah.
And
So
tires?
those are 285 75 17s on a that's a Method NVs 305s,
Nice.
and I've just put those on. Those are our. We've had to do a little bit of trimming on the plastic, and going back into our rear fender there on the front, but the offset is a little more aggressive than the stock supercharged wheels that I had on before it.
Yeah.
So
I love it. I love this. I love the stance because you have just that little bit of tire.
Yeah, you don't want the 2-inch spacer. This is a pretty good look here. It sits just far enough out that you.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and I like those Method wheels. They look really good.
Yep.
The bronze with the gray.
So that's the thing you got to battle there with the hub that sticks out past your wheel. You want something that kind of complements the stock Xterra look, and so you've got your hubcap back there that you can run, and you just take the hubcap out front.
Yep.
So
that's cool. So yeah, you just have the hub up front.
Yep.
And those are the factory.
Those are the auto locking hubs.
Yeah.
Yep. Haven't gone worn yet. Kind of like being able to just. I haven't had them break yet, so that's the reason I have.
Yeah.
Have those.
Yeah, I ran the auto lockers for years.
Yep.
Yeah, right up until I did the solid axle swap and never had any problems.
Yeah, that's great.
And I always just carried a spare one, you know. So if it does break on the trail, it's like a 5-minute swap.
Yeah, perfect.
So, sweet, man. Well, thank you so much for taking us through this. Anything else you want to talk about with the Xterra or anything I missed?
I think the only other thing I do have a CB in there. I haven't used it very much because I think a lot of the overlanding community is kind of moving away from CB radios, at least around here. They're moving to GMRS.
Yep.
But I've got a CB antenna mount set up that we could show as well, and I keep that whip antenna in my awning.
Oh, nice.
So it's up there.
Easy storage spot.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. And do you have an Instagram account or anything?
Yeah, I
that you
do.
wanna throw
So
out?
it's just Overlander, spelled OVRLANDER.
Cool.
So
I love it.
and it's on the side over there.
Yep. All right. Well, hey, thank you for taking the time.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for all being here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media avenues at Rogue Overland. Smash that like button down below because it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And we'll see you on the trail.